While everyone else in Juice is chasing power, respect, and street credibility, Q is chasing something different: music. Played by Omar Epps, Q is the heart of the film and the one member of the crew who dreams of a life beyond the streets of Harlem. Passionate about DJing, Q spends countless hours perfecting his craft and preparing for competitions that could change his future. Unlike some of his friends, he's not interested in proving how tough he is. He'd rather let his talent speak for itself. But as tensions begin to rise within the group, Q finds himself caught between his dreams and the increasingly dangerous choices being made around him. What makes Q such a relatable character is that he's constantly forced to make difficult decisions. As Bishop becomes more violent and unpredictable, Q struggles to stay loyal to his friend while also protecting himself and the people he cares about. The deeper Bishop falls into darkness, the more Q realizes that some friendships can't be saved. Omar Epps was just 18 years old when he portrayed Q, delivering a breakout performance that helped launch a successful Hollywood career. Today, he is 53 years old and remains one of the most recognizable actors of his generation. At the beginning of Juice, Bishop is just another kid hanging out with his friends. But by the end of the film, he becomes one of the most terrifying and unforgettable villains in black cinema. Played by Tupac Shakur, Bishop starts out as the wild card of the group, charismatic, impulsive, and always looking for excitement. Yet beneath the surface, there's a growing anger that's waiting to explode. Unlike Q, who dreams of making it through music, Bishop is obsessed with one thing: respect. Tired of feeling powerless and overlooked, he becomes convinced that fear is the quickest way to earn the respect he craves. The problem is that once he gets a taste of power, he wants more. What begins as reckless behavior soon spirals into violence, paranoia, and betrayal. One of the reasons Bishop remains such a fascinating character is that you can actually watch him unravel. As the film progresses, he becomes increasingly unstable, turning against the very friends who stood by him from the beginning. His transformation is both shocking and tragic because it feels so believable. Tupac Shakur was just 20 years old when he portrayed Bishop, delivering a performance so powerful that many critics still consider it one of the greatest acting debuts ever. Today, Tupac would have been 55 years old, and his portrayal of Bishop continues to influence actors and filmmakers around the world. In my opinion, Bishop isn't just the villain of Juice. He is the film's biggest warning. He shows what can happen when insecurity, anger, and the desire for respect are left unchecked. If there's one character who knew how to enjoy life in Juice, it was Steele. Played by Jermaine Hopkins, Steele is the fun-loving member of the crew, the guy who's almost always carrying a boombox and bringing good vibes wherever he goes. While everyone else is worried about respect, reputation, or survival, Steele is more interested in music, laughter, and spending time with his friends. One thing many fans remember about Steele is how much he loved to cook. He was the type of friend who would invite everybody over, throw something on the stove, and turn an ordinary day into a good time. Those moments helped show the brotherhood between Q, Raheem, Bishop, and Steele before everything started falling apart. What makes Steele so relatable is that he feels like a regular teenager. He's not trying to be a gangster or a leader. He's just trying to enjoy life and make the most of the time he has with the people he cares about. Unfortunately, as Bishop begins spiraling out of control, Steele finds himself caught in the chaos. One of the film's most tense moments comes when Bishop nearly kills him, proving just how far gone his former friend has become. It's a shocking scene because it shows that Bishop is no longer the person his friends once knew. Jermaine Hopkins was just 17 years old when he portrayed Steele. Today, he is 51 years old, and his performance remains one of the most memorable parts of Juice. Every crew has that one person who keeps everybody grounded, and in Juice, that person is Raheem. Played by Khalil Kane, Raheem is the natural leader of the group, the friend everyone respects, and the one person capable of keeping strong personalities like Bishop, Q, and Steele on the same page. Cool, confident, and level-headed, Raheem doesn't have to demand respect because he's already earned it. While Bishop is obsessed with getting Juice and making people fear him, Raheem commands attention simply by the way he carries himself. That's what makes him such an important part of the group. He's the glue holding everything together. What makes Raheem's story so tragic is that his life is cut short just as tensions within the crew are beginning to boil over. The moment he's gone, the group's balance disappears with him. Bishop begins spiraling out of control, friendships start falling apart, and the events of the film take a much darker turn. In many ways, the downfall of the crew begins the moment Raheem is no longer there to keep everyone grounded. Khalil Kain was 27 years old when he portrayed Raheem in what was his very first film role. Today, he is 61 years old and remains a familiar face to fans through projects like Love Jones, Bones, and Girlfriends, where he famously played Darnell Wilkes. In a movie filled with tension, violence, and friendships falling apart, Yolanda brings a much-needed sense of warmth to Juice. Played by Cindy Herron, Yolanda is Q's girlfriend and one of the few people who genuinely wants to see him succeed. While Q spends much of the film chasing his dream of becoming a respected DJ, Yolanda is right there supporting him. She believes in his talent and encourages him to stay focused on his future, even as the chaos around him begins to spiral out of control. Their relationship gives viewers a glimpse of the life Q could have if he manages to escape the dangers that are pulling his friends in the wrong direction. What makes Yolanda stand out is her loyalty. She isn't interested in street reputation or neighborhood drama. Instead, she's focused on the people she cares about and wants something better for them. In many ways, she represents stability in a world that seems to be falling apart. Before appearing in Juice, Cindy Herron was already well known as a member of the legendary R&B group En Vogue. Her natural charm and screen presence helped make Yolanda a memorable part of the film, even without a large amount of screen time. Cindy Herron was 30 years old when she portrayed Yolanda. Today she is 64 years old and continues to be celebrated for both her music career and her contribution to one of the most iconic films of the 1990s. Every neighborhood has that one older guy who seems to know everybody, and in Juice, that's Trip. Played by Samuel L. Jackson, Trip owns the local pool hall where Q, Bishop, Raheem, and Steele spend much of their time. If those walls could talk, they'd probably tell 100 stories about the people who passed through his doors. Trip isn't trying to be the toughest guy in the neighborhood, and that's part of what makes him interesting. He's already seen enough of the streets to know how things usually end. While the younger guys are busy chasing respect, getting into trouble, and trying to prove themselves, Trip mostly sits back and watches it all unfold. What I like about Trip is that he feels like a real person. He's the kind of guy who can read a room in seconds and tell when something isn't right. As Bishop becomes more reckless and unpredictable, Trip is one of the first people to realize that the situation is getting out of control. Samuel L. Jackson was 43 years old when he played Trip, long before he became one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Today, he is 77 years old, and looking back at Juice, it's fun to see him before the blockbuster roles and worldwide fame. Before she became a Hollywood icon, Queen Latifah made a memorable appearance in Juice as Rough House MC, one of the most respected DJs and radio personalities in the film. While her role isn't large, her presence carries weight because she represents the world that Q dreams of joining, a world built on talent, creativity, and respect earned through skill rather than violence. As Q works tirelessly to perfect his DJing, Rough House MC serves as proof that success is possible. In a film where many characters are focused on power in the streets, she represents a different path, one rooted in music and self-expression. Her scenes may be brief, but they help reinforce one of the film's central themes. There are other ways to earn respect besides fear and intimidation. What makes Queen Latifah's appearance so special is that she was already one of the biggest names in hip-hop at the time. Seeing her in Juice gave the film even more credibility within the culture and connected the story to the real-world music scene that inspired much of it. Queen Latifah was 21 years old when she appeared as Rough House MC. Today, she is 56 years old and has gone on to build one of the most successful careers in entertainment, earning acclaim as a rapper, actress, producer, and television personality. If Bishop had one rival in Juice who wasn't afraid to stand his ground, it was Radames. Played by Vincent Laresca, Radames is a tough neighborhood kid whose ongoing beef with Bishop creates some of the film's most memorable confrontations. The two are constantly trading insults, threats, and challenges, and every time they share the screen, you can feel the tension. Unlike many people who back down when Bishop starts acting reckless, Radames isn't intimidated. He's hot-headed, proud, and more than willing to defend his reputation. Their feud eventually leads to one of the film's most explosive moments when Bishop publicly confronts him, proving just how badly Bishop wants everyone to fear and respect him. What makes Radames interesting is that he serves as a mirror to Bishop. Both young men are obsessed with respect, but while Radames is willing to fight for his, Bishop becomes consumed by it. In a way, their rivalry helps show just how far Bishop is willing to go once he starts spiraling out of control. Vincent Laresca was just 17 years old when he portrayed Radames in his very first film role. Today, he is 52 years old and has gone on to build a long career in Hollywood, appearing in projects such as Romeo plus Juliet, The Aviator, Weeds, 24, Coach Carter, and Shades of Blue. Keisha, played by Brooklyn Harris, may not have a lot of screen time in Juice, but her impact on the story is bigger than many fans realize. As Raheem's baby mama, Keisha is one of the few people willing to challenge him and hold him accountable. While everybody else respects Raheem and looks up to him as the leader of the crew, Keisha sees something different. She sees a young father who needs to step up and provide for his child. Throughout the film, Keisha grows frustrated with Raheem's tendency to dodge her and avoid responsibility. She doesn't want excuses, she wants action. She repeatedly pushes him to man up, take care of his family, and start thinking seriously about the future. In many ways, she's asking Raheem for the same thing that many young fathers struggle with, being present. What makes Keisha's story interesting is that she eventually leaves Raheem for a man who has money and appears more established. In my opinion, this becomes one of the factors that fuels Raheem's desire for more respect, more status, and ultimately more juice. Watching someone you care about walk away can make a person question everything about themselves. Brooklyn Harris was 25 years old when she portrayed Keisha, bringing confidence and realism to the role. Surprisingly, after appearing in a handful of films and television projects during the 1990s, she largely disappeared from the spotlight. Unlike many of her co-stars, very little is known about her life today. And if anyone happens to know what became of Brooklyn Harris, be sure to let us know in the comments.